On last week's discussion board, I asked you to talk about different ways to load data into the database. A few of the students mentioned importing data, and that was one of the ways of loading data that I was hoping would be discussed on the discussion board. So I had included the video last week on how to export data, and I wanted to show you exactly how to import data, because this will make it a lot easier when you create your own database to get the data in there. So you start with a spreadsheet, and then because Excel will sometimes guess how you want to format the data, the best thing to do is to set up your spreadsheet and override what Excel is going to do by setting up all your columns as text. Then for the registration database, we have a table with 4 columns. So we set up the 4 columns. Do not use the column names for existing databases. Just have data within your spreadsheet that you're setting up. And then enter the data that you want to have within the system. Do not use quotes around the data like we do if we're using an insert statement. Then you have to save the Excel spreadsheet as a comma-separated value file, a CSV file. So go into the file here, choose Save As, and choose comma-separated value, CSV. I've already done that, so I'm going to cancel this. Then go into your PHP admin dashboard and click on the table that you want to load the data into, in this case the registration table. You can look at your navigation trail at the top of the window to see that we are indeed in the registration table. Then click on Insert. Click on Import. Excuse me. And attach the file that you want to import. Make sure you choose CSV. Click Go. And essentially what the system will do is convert your Excel comma delimited file into insert statements. And if we take a quick look at what's in our registration data, we see we have exactly the data that we were looking for. On last week's assignment, a few of you were having difficulty completing the insertion of the data, and I wanted to explain what the problem was with that. If you ran query number 2 to delete some of the staff numbers, and then you tried to reference those staff numbers when you created the registration table, MySQL gave an error because of the referential integrity rules that you set up when you created your table for registration. That's what the database is supposed to do. It's supposed to prevent you from adding staff numbers in the registration table unless those staff numbers exist in the staff table. The previous version of the database that we were using didn't enforce the referential integrity rules, and I forgot that I was having you delete some staff numbers before I was asking you to add in those same staff numbers in the registration table. So several of you figured that out, that you had to restore the data using the code I provided for the staff table before you could add those records to the registration table. But I apologize, I didn't mean to make that assignment trickier than it was.